We all think that if we study something, we must be masters at it. We must know everything about it. You don't, right? So just to be able to enjoy tech, use tech in your everyday life, you don't need to know everything about it. So you don't have to be a coder to use tech. You don't have to know everything about crypto, like the way the tech guys will know. But you need to know enough to know how it will apply to you. So I think these are some of the big things and the reasons why a lot of women kind of hold back. And I don't think the breaks really bother me. Yes, I started a little lower. Yes, but I think if you're really good at what you do, you will branch out, and that's it. That's it. I mean, I never looked back after that, right? So I keep taking breaks in my career. I took a third break in my career when I decided that I didn't want to work in corporate and I wanted to do things on my own. And I became an entrepreneur. My first entrepreneurial stint miserably failed. I had got it all wrong, but it didn't stop me from saying, okay, I learned from it. Can I do what? So I wasn't playing from my area of strength when I started that entrepreneurial stint. And then I learned from there and said, I need to play to my strengths. And my next two entrepreneurial stints are absolutely fine. So I run a research company and I run a content company. And I'm a very happy entrepreneur today. So breaks will come, failures will come, everything will come in your careers. It's not like everybody has flawless lives, right? You think all the guys who made it to the top never had a problem. They all did. They just dusted it off and moved on. And I think that's the best I can say. There is the only thing that holds you back after your break is yourself and nothing else. And your expectations of how the world should treat you. Don't be entitled. Accept that you took a break, you took a decision to take a break, and there will be some impacts of your decisions. Accept those decisions.
At the end of the day, data analytics is the driver for any business analytics, because data analytics really means you analyze the data. You actually understand the data, break it down, mine that data, and find patterns, distributions, everything in that data. First of all, business intelligence is used in business analytics. It's always used there. What it does, it reports on what happened in the past or what is happening now. Here we try and investigate the past, investigate the present to predict the future. So that's what we do. Predict what may happen in the future based on this data. So this is an input.
Something is urgent, right? Your boss says, you create this data for me. So see if you can delegate this work to someone else, right? So if someone can think and then do that work, or else you feel that you can only do it. So that is the question that you need to ask yourself, and then do that. If something is urgent and not important, delegate, right? So I think that actually saves a lot of your time. And the final thing is, if something is not important and not urgent, right, and still you are doing it, that means that is something wrong, right? You just delete it and then go on. Right? So I think this metrics is something that I use for my decision making, right? Because this helps me to manage my time in a better way.
Technology startups are looking really good, and the kind of ideas they have, they are really big. Many of them are near commercialization, and not only the owners are doing good for themselves, but they are generating a lot of employment as well. The traditional sectors of manufacturing, engineering, power and energy, they have low intent of hiring, but it is still there. The recruitment hasn't stopped.
All of you must have, Halki would have already trained you on how to search for the right job. But just put out those keywords in your LinkedIn and keep looking out. Even if it is for experienced people, just keep looking out on what is that the employer is expecting. It will give you how many people are have applied, and what is your match. Where do you stand for that application? So look at those keywords which the employer has used to match and which are not in your LinkedIn profile, so that it matches there, so that you are eligible for this job. Keep an eye on that. You don't have to include every keyword, but be mindful of what is going on, so that whenever such a job comes, you modify your resume, and while you talk through the your resume during the interview, you use those keywords more effectively.
But yes, the journey is slow. And like my brand's tagline says, that we are more tortoise than hare. So our journey is slow, and it's not like and I don't want my brand to be a fad fashion, like it booms in a day and then like disappears. So I want to take this journey slow and want organic followers with me in this journey. So somewhat online presence has helped me to build the trust between the customers.
The end goal was not to just sell, at least give out some positivity, bring out some positivity in their day-to-day life, so that they connect with the brand at least on some level. So a few things that I did that time was, one was it was not really from my brand perspective that this first thing I did. It was merely out of my love for art and craft, and sitting at home with a 10-year-old at that time and thinking of, okay, what to do today? We are just stuck in home. So I formed this WhatsApp group in my society itself of kids and mothers, and I said, okay, every day I will post a craft or an art, and I will share ideas from Pinterest and all on how to do it, and let's all do it together. So slowly, over a period of a month or so, the community had about 100 or 100 plus people in it, and every day I was posting ideas, and there were so many people involved in making those things, and there was that joy of sharing and doing something, again going back to that thing, that do something new each day.